Alrighty, and welcome back to another video. So, this is another video where unfortunately I did not record the communication audio between, in this case, myself and my teammate Billy. It has the game audio, it has the game footage, but our communications between each other, our call outs, I foolishly did not record. So, I'm going to take this opportunity to give live feedback, and I'm going to discuss and go over my decision making through the game, but I'm also going to explain a little bit about the event that was going on and is still going on currently of the time of this recording. The event is called Light the Shadow, and it introduces a couple new things. A new time of day for the maps. It adds some cosmetics and items that you can unlock through a point system, which I'll go a little bit more over in the video as we run into some of those things that you can get points for the event. But, and what I'm most excited about, is they added two new weapons. A new weapon and a new tool. The new weapon that they've added was the hunting bow. I think they're very interesting, especially for this setting. For a game that is designed predominantly around gunfights, whether it be bolt action, lever action rifles, or revolver styles, this game mainly focuses on gunplay. So the introduction of a hunting bow is very intriguing, and I was very interested to see how they balance it and if it would be a viable option. The tool that they added was the throwing axe, which they already have throwing knives in the game, but the addition of a throwing axe just seemed very intriguing as well. This is one of the earlier games where I tried out the bow. I actually just unlocked the poison arrows for the bow, and for this run I decided to bring two bows, which one would be my primary bow with just standard arrows, and the second one would be the secondary bow that held most of the poison arrows, so I can very quickly switch in between them. It's a risky gameplay because I don't have any rifles or pistols to use in the gunfights, but I figured I'd give it a shot. Alrighty, well, without further ado, let's jump into the game. Starting on another night map. Now, as I was saying earlier, the event, you accumulate points by doing different things. One of the ways to get points is by destroying pyres, and they're little clusters of incense that are smoking on the ground, and you need to break them, either by walking over them or punching them. And we are going to see one. We'll see one here pretty soon. Tried to use a flare on that armored guy, just take care of him, light him on fire, not have to deal with him. Yeah, as you can see, that glowing white thing in the bottom left, which is going to be right here, that's a pyre. You just have to run over it or melee it, and your breaks, and as it shows there on the right side, you get 2 points. But I'm going to go ahead and take this first clue. Two other ways of getting points is destroying armored units, the big guy outside that we saw that I destroyed with the flare. If you kill them with throwing axes, you get 2 points. Now, sadly, this stage of the event, I did not have the throwing axes unlocked. I just had the bow, so I wasn't able to get points that way. I'm just searching around here, seeing if we can find anything useful. See if we can find more of those pyres. Find a first aid, decided to heal up real quick. Took some damage from that armored guy. Check the map, gotta go north, so we're gonna go out and head that way to our next clue. Now, just like killing the armored units with throwing axes, you can also kill bee ladies with the hunting bow. I believe they're called hive, but we just call them bee ladies, and that's this one right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and kill her with the bow. Missed that second shot. Let's try again. Boom. You get 2 points. Nice thing about the bow is you can retrieve the arrows pretty easily. So that second one I missed, so God knows where that one went, so we're going to leave that in the ether. But Got 2 arrows back, so that structure right there is called a ward. And Billy just interacted with it. That fire effect kind of goes up and lights some candles on the front of it. That is another way you can get points. You just go up and interact with them, and you get points for those as well. Billy's going to go ahead and grab that second clue. I'm going to take a look at the map, see where it pulls us to our next section. Looks like we're going to keep going north. Graves is our next destination. At this point, Billy says he sees something. He pings it. And I was a little confused because he said he was running to the left. But when we looked at the map previously, he was taking us north, which everyone would be taking the same direction because we're all going for the same boss. But he sees him. He's just running across one of those wooden planks that we were looking at, and he takes a shot. If I remember correctly, he did tag him, but he did not kill him. The guy kept running south, which is a little worrisome because it means he's running from something. We haven't really heard any shots over here previously, so both of us are thinking, well, why is he running? Did he get into a fight up here, or is someone trying to ambush him or us, and we're running into other players? So we really take our time with this part and go through, sweep through this church. At this point, we cleared through the church. We went really slow. We didn't find anything until we came across this dead body here. Now we're thinking, okay, there was a fight here, possibly with this gentleman who's laying here and the guy who was running south, and the one running south may have either used too many healing, because you only get 3 max of 4 first aids, and if he burned through all of them, then, and if he's missing health bars, he's in a bad position to go for the boss. So he may have just cut his losses and decided to leave. He also may have been this guy's partner, and the team destroyed him, was holding his body, and the guy decided to bounce out. Either way, we decide we're going to go ahead and just keep moving north and just try and be cautious. Now, I spot movement across, and the guy is just hanging out, and this looks like it may have been the team that we heard east. Oh, and it took a shot. I'm using a bow, so they can't really tell where I am. You get a general sense, but tag that guy twice. See very slight movement of his second teammate because he's wearing a black coat. He's kind of hard to see in the darkness there. The other guy was wearing a white shirt. Very easy to see at night, so he was an easy target. But this other guy is much harder. Telling Billy, hey, I got 2 people over here. One of them's in a black coat, one of them's in a white shirt. I get a lucky shot on that black coat. Billy's coming over to back me up. Trying to take another lucky shot, see if I can get any purchases with those arrows. Now these arrows, they do quite a bit of damage, even at range, so that first guy, I hit him twice, he's hurting. But I don't see any more movement. They kind of hunkered down or backed off. I'm waiting to see. Yep, I see him on the fence there. Just a little bit of movement. But much too long of a shot. So I decided just to pull back. See if I can get a better position, maybe. Unfortunately, I forgot that there may have been another team in there. I got popped right in the butt. Luckily, it wasn't a headshot. Which I wasn't moving, so I got lucky. That would have been an easy headshot for them. But now I'm in a bad position where I can't put cover in between me and both of these teams, so I gotta relocate. Decide I'm gonna push further with Billy. Decide to hit that board real quick, get those points, because why not? I'm gonna be exposed to my right here for that other team, so I gotta be careful. Especially right there, there's a bridge that they can come across. Peek that left window to see if anyone's looking. I'm going to pop that one so I can see through it. Everything looks clear, so I'm going to go ahead and make a dash for Billy. Get in a better position so we can support each other. I know that there's at least one person right above us. So now I'm trying to be quiet. We decide that we're going to rotate because we do not want to be sandwiched by both these teams. So we're going to rotate to the other building here. See if we can get a better position to defend. Go ahead and grab that axe. Again, I'm getting antsy. I'm telling Billy, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go down and start working on Butcher. Because if everyone's going to be playing the waiting game, we're going to go ahead and get that banish. Maybe force them to come a little closer to us. Now the door is locked, so unfortunately I can't open it, so I'm just gonna use that axe to bust it on open. Now I haven't had much experience with the poison arrows, so I wanted to see how efficient they are with the Butcher. And they're pretty efficient. That's 2 arrows. It's a good amount of health off of them for just 2 arrows, so I'm gonna keep doing it. It's quieter than using the axe and a little bit more efficient because I don't have to worry about stamina, so I'm just gonna keep kiting them around, keep using those poison arrows. Get a little greedy here. And he hits the barrel. So 2 things to note there. With the poison arrows, if you shoot them into anything, or arrows in general, you can retrieve them. So I thought I was going to be clever and run up and retrieve my arrows. Now, when he gets to his enrage phase, which is every quarter of his health, he, Butcher specifically, lights his scythe there on fire and does fire damage. And I just happened to be right beside a red explosive barrel when he swung. So he decided to take me out with him. Now, Billy is desperately trying to, well, 1, kill him with a sticky bump. Sadly, Butcher moved, so he missed. 2, he tried to revive me, but it doesn't look like he's going to get a whole lot of time. Now he's kind of pinned, panicking, on fire. This plan is not going accordingly, so he decides to jump out there. Recuperate, get him on back. Let the fire die down a little bit, and then he'll jump back in. Not a proud moment. Yeah, see, I lost a health bar there too. And he vanished, and I get all of it back. So, I decided to pick up my arrows now. Oh yeah, and we're rewarded with a trait. And now we're just playing the waiting game. We've banished. We've hopefully put pressure on the team beside us to push into us a little bit, maybe show themselves, because at this point, the only time I've seen them, and granted, I didn't even see them, is when they shot me in the back. So, we're waiting to hear anything, and we're not even sure if it's a full team, to be honest, because we only saw the one, or we only heard and took that one shot, so we know that there's 2 people across the water to our east originally. We don't know where they've went, so a little bit unknown. So we're just waiting. We're listening. Gotta wait for the banish anyway, so ideally, hopefully, we will wait for the banish, get the bounties, and we can scan and see exactly where they are. One of them just threw a dynamite towards the front door. Actually, the 2nd floor, it looks like. So they know that we were up there at one point. They just set up a concertina tripwire, which Billy actually put up there when I rotated down originally. He decided to trap the upstairs in case they did try and push. And it paid off. They did try and push. So I'm going to grab one of the bounties. I verified that there are 2 people. They are above us, which it looks like they tried to push where we used to be, where they thought we still were. I heard that emulator and I wanted to peek and see if maybe someone was... He was chasing someone. I hear someone on the roof above me. I'm pinging that back wall because there's a hole there that someone can look into the building very easily. And I just want to make sure that Billy is aware of that, so he doesn't put himself in a bad position to get shot through there. I can hear him on tin, on metal. And I know very specifically that there's only portions of that roof that are metal. So I've got a general idea of where he is. Now, Grant's right above me, so it's not too hard to tell. But even that slight information is pretty important. Sadly, if I had a gun, I could actually shoot up through the floor. But these arrows won't penetrate through wood, so I can't do much about that. Billy does have, he has a Winfield Marksman and a LeMat pistol, which is a small caliber revolver with a shotgun barrel in the middle. So he could shoot through the floor, but he's only using small caliber, so it's not going to do much. So I decide I'm going to pop out, or kind of assess if I can pop out here and pop a frag grenade in the top. Decide against it for the moment. Mostly because if I run out there, that immolator's probably going to aggro to me and start attacking me. Billy just decides that he wants to test his luck, see if he can get hit through that floor. And just take care of the immolator here, if I can. Immolator down. Now, because I was using poison arrows, it actually killed him instantly. So normally you don't want to use piercing weapons against the immolators because they explode like you just saw. And then they set themselves on fire and run around. Because it was a poison arrow, it died instantly to the poison. Try and get a good line of sight there. Cook the grenade. Pop it in. Get a hit marker. But I did not hear a death. So it sounded like they ran away from it pretty quickly. Just letting Billy know. Yep, just heard him heal. So he took some damage from that frag. It was not enough to kill him. Billy just put up another trap on that back door. Because I broke that door, or sorry, he did put a trap there. He disarmed it quickly so he could walk out and freely. But because I broke that door, there's no way to close that one, so we won't hear if they push through it. That's why he put the trap there. Again, it comes all down to positioning. Now, we're kind of wondering here, because they're playing very defensive. They were in the other building until the very end of when our bounties popped. Then they moved over to this building, and then they're just staying on the top floor. But they're not making any aggressive movements except for that dynamite that they actually threw in upstairs instead of down low. So we decide we're going to rotate, see if we can get a better angle that we can actually engage them from. So we're going to... Oh, he got a nice shot on me. We're going to rotate to this building so we can see across. Essentially trading buildings, but maybe... Because we're going to have a better line of sight of the second floor from this building. And maybe see if we can get a good shot off on them. We hear them moving around. We know where they are, so... Right, cheeky arrow. Missed. Hear that one on metal again. Now on that left side, there's a ramp. Didn't realize there was a poison trap there. Just walked right through it. I'm waiting. When my health bar's green like that, I can't heal. So I scan to see if they're charging. Because if they were listening, they'd hear the poison trap go off. Now my health turned red again, so I can heal. Luckily, I found a first aid, so I don't have to use my med kit. Preserving the med kits for as long as possible is actually... It can be really important. Billy found another trap, so he disarmed it. I'm going to put one up here. Pinging it so he knows where it is, so he doesn't hit it. And that's if they push that right side, so we can get a little early warning. Not that these guys are really showing much aggression at all. Sadly, they got a good shot on him. Now I can hear them, and they're pushing. But I know that they're going to take too much time getting across, so I have time to get him up. See where he is. He tries to flash me. I'm able to avoid it. Try and get a good angle on it so I can get him before he sees me. Nope, he's still there. I saw him through the wood there, and I predicted him running across. Hit him with that arrow. I don't want to get in the way of Billy, so I just kind of hang out for a second and see my opportunity to get him. I was really worried about getting either behind Billy and shooting him in the back or getting in front of him and the other guy get killing both of us, so I decided to wait, take the opportunity, and it paid off. We're still worried about that last team, though. We have not seen them so far. But we look at the map, kind of get an idea of where we want to extract. Extraction's close to our west, and we have a feeling that that other team either did one of two things. They either bugged out, they may have been too damaged, they may have cut their losses, or they rotated on that north side and are the emblem in the top left-hand corner that kind of looks like a reticule, a bullseye kind of, or an aimer. That is the extraction. That's one of the 3 locations. Same 3 of them on the map that you can go to extract out of the map, extract out of the game. So we decided we're going to go to the extraction. There may be those 2 guys waiting there for us. I decided to scan real quick. We're going to go ahead and push up and see if the extraction's clear. Here we are at the extraction. Nothing so far. Really just scanned. He let me know that everything looks clear, so I'm just going to go ahead and take cover right here. Make sure that they cannot see me if they are hiding on that right side. And we're going to go ahead and extract out. All in all, kind of weird game. Not a whole lot of action, only ran into the technically 3 people that won early on that Billy saw, and then that team that we saw at the end. But it was intense and interesting nonetheless. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I might be doing some more gameplay of this sort of format with live commentary, but let me know down below if you like this and you want to see more. If you like the video, please consider liking the video. If not, dislike, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content. But otherwise, as always, have fun and challenge yourself.